Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Times with James. I'm sorry it's been a few weeks since I last uploaded. Just been doing loads and loads of stuff that include things like this. We're popping over to my studio this week to have another little quick look behind the scenes, which is something that you guys wanted to see what I do to prepare for my other channel's videos. We're also going to Duxford where the Tornadoes did a fly past the aerodrome to commemorate the retirement of that particular model of fighter jet. We've also been up north to Hull to film my other channel about a factory that builds boilers, but you're going to have a quick look with us at some of the behind the scenes bits like that. We also got the drone up near the Humber Bridge. We're going to learn a little bit about the construction of that as well. Plus, my darling bumbrain and I have decided that we're going to change over the waterfall feature at the end of the garden. Do we do it without having any arguments? Don't want to ruin it. I'm still not talking to her. Don't worry. There's a few more little bits and pieces as well, but just watch all the way to the end. I've got a few questions to ask you. Anyway, see you soon guys, and let's get on with the video. Right then guys, so currently getting ready for, I'm a bit of a saddo, alright, I've got to admit it. I'm going to go out to Duxford where I'm learning to fly, as you guys know, because the Tornadoes are currently flying around the UK on their final flight. Check it out.
A final tour that got underway yesterday, a lovely moment near Leaming in Yorkshire, where the three Tornadoes flew high above the steam locomotive called Tornado. AD trained on a Tornado at Honington and flew during the Second Gulf War.
There's a tinge of sadness, I suppose, but a lot of reflection of, you know, the aircraft has been around for a long time. It's served well, it's done what it's asked to do, and it's going out on a real high.
For 40 years, the Tornado has been a familiar sight in our region and is being retired from active service at the end of next month.
So there you go. As you can see, they've been flying around. They're supposed to be coming through Duxford at about, what time, Ems? Was it? 12:30. So I want to get down there with my big camera, and I'm lucky, aren't I? Because I can get into Duxford and get right next to the runway. This is what I'm going to use. Pop this on a tripod and see whether we can get some beautiful footage of this. Right, so at Duxford now, got all the gear ready to go, ready to do some filmy-wilmy, aren't we, Emily? Yeah. Emily doesn't like being a plane spotter, but I'm not really a plane spotter. But if it's flying, if this is the last flight of the Tornadoes around the whole of the UK, and they're going over the aerodrome where I learned to fly, then I'm going to film some of it, aren't I? Let's get on with it. So everything was going great at Duxford. We were waiting for the Tornadoes to turn up, and then look, out of nowhere, my little baby, India Juliet, a little Cessna 172M, came in and landed. I was like, that's quite a nice landing. It was a fairly blustery day as well, so it was just good to see someone else fly the plane and also see what it looks like when hopefully I land it, even though it might not be so soft. The beautiful beast taxied in next to us, and I thought it was a good idea to have a chat with some of the people who were here to see the Tornado, including some lads from Air Cadets. So, what's your name, young man?
Jacob.
Jacob, and you say you're an Air Cadet?
He is as
and
well.
you're both Air Cadets. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, okay. Which squadron are you guys in?
Hutton. Squadron 2476, yeah.
2476. Yeah. Have you done any flying yet?
No, it's gliding.
Yeah, gliding. Have you fired any weapons?
Yeah. Yes.
L98s?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you going to join? Are you going to join the
Oh, they'd love him to. Probably.
Probably are.
Yeah.
So, where is Hutton? How far away is it?
Hutton, that's Brentwood, just the other side of Brentwood in Essex.
And obviously it's half term, so you've come up here today to...
Yeah, well, they wanted to come to Duxford anyway, and then we heard the Tornado was flying, so we tied it all in on one day, yeah.
What do you guys know about the Tornado?
It's very fast.
Big and it's fast. Powerful.
And it makes a lot of noise.
It does. Yeah. There's 3 coming through today.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. So are you guys going to all join the RAF?
I might. Yeah.
What's your favourite plane?
Tornado.
Tornado, really?
Typhoon.
Typhoon?
I used to like the Spitfire.
Spitfire is the best.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Oh, I love the Harrier jump jet.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I love that. I remember seeing that here at Duxford when I was little at an air show, and I just, love watching that.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Oh, thank you.
What's the name of the channel?
I had to leg it away from these guys because before I knew it, the Tornadoes were inbound to Duxford. I could just see them over the horizon. India Juliet was getting filled up, but I had no time to watch that because these beasts were only coming past once. These guys were travelling all around the country, and it was a privilege to see them for the last time as they flew over my home base at Duxford. So we popped to the garden centre on one of the loveliest weekends of the year so far to buy a new little bit of pond water feature thing, but also get waylaid by random toys that we thought we might be able to buy Big G while we were in the store. This always happens, and we always seem to go and buy George a load of cat drugs, which also gave us the idea to plant some of our own when we redid the pond area. Oh well, we failed with everything else, we might as well get George a new, oh my god, look at those collars, a new collar for the tabby. Oh yeah, Emily Bumheads also picked the worst, most embarrassing collar for the cat ever. Stay tuned for when we actually put it on him and see how happy he is. Emily, he's going to look like a prat with that on. Today's such a failure. Failure for George. Find him the worst. Look, he's not going to be very happy with that. She's looking for gravel. Why would anyone want that in their garden? I do worry for the taste of people. So at the top of the garden, right, we've got this like waterfall thing, and it's not very great. We've got this like pond area. It's really good because like loads of wildlife go there, and that, you know, the wildlife loves it all and all that sort of stuff. But it just doesn't look great. So we just want to sort it out. So Big G's gonna get like catnip, catmint, and like cat grass. So it's gonna be his little drug den. And then we're gonna try and find like one of those pre-formed little waterfall jobbies, because they sound so nice in the summer. The sound of trickling water is beautiful. So. So we got the car loaded up with all the supplies that we needed. Emily chose blue slates, which I didn't even know was a thing, but now I do. And we took it back to the house, getting ready for everything. I did still have quite a bad back, guys. So you probably think I'm being lazy here, but really I was just being super careful. If you've ever had a bad back, you know what I'm on about. Anyway, we've got the stuff home, ready for us to get sorted out so we can fix the pond. But before we do that, let's have a minor detour up north to the European city of culture, Hull. And no matter how many times I record this voiceover, I can't make it sound exciting. So we were going up to Hull to make a video for a company called Ideal Boilers about the installation of one of their boilers, all the way from when it was being built on the production line to actually being installed in someone's home, which is much more the type of video that I do on my other channel. Me and Bumheads left nice and early in the morning to get up there, and I thought as we got closer that we were definitely going to be going over the Humber Bridge. So we parked up in a sunny car park just by the bridge's entrance to learn more about it. So we're by the River Humber at the moment, and basically I'm just about to take the drone up and take it over to the Humber Bridge and have a look around and see what's going on. Yeah! So the Humber Bridge is just over 2 kilometres long, and when it opened to traffic in the 24th of June 1981, it was the longest of its type in the world. It spans the Humber estuary, which is formed by the rivers Trent and Ouse. It divides the East Riding of Yorkshire in the north and North Lincolnshire in the south, which I admit does sound completely mental. It cost 151 million quid to build, which is probably why they charged me 3 quid as a toll when I went over it, and it carries on average 120,000 vehicles per week. Before the bridge opened, if you wanted to travel from the north point to the south point, you would have covered 70 miles going round the estuary, and it would have taken over 2 hours. So it was a very long way to go. When I posted a photo of this on my Instagram, and you can find a link to my Instagram below, someone actually commented, "Oh, I'd love to go to San Francisco." Wrong bridge, mate. Anyway, it's a massive bridge. It's a fascinating engineering structure and a feat of what humans can do, especially those nutcases who climb up and down it on YouTube and put their feet over the edge and all that sort of stuff. You're not going to catch me doing that. I'm not mental. So there we go. Hopefully you learnt about the Humber Bridge. Me style, yeah. So onwards to the boiler factory so you can have a look at some of the behind the scenes techniques that I use for filming. Usually very informal and chatty, but it seems to get the job done for me. Stop filming me! Get some shots of those bits as well if you like. What I like to capture when I go to film at a company's factory is not just the product and how good it is or the certain points about it, but often about the people themselves as well. So what I try to do is have a vloggy informal camera that you see that I'm carrying here, whilst Emily is getting what I'd call sort of cutaway B-roll with the Sony that she's got in the handheld, but we also have a very large Panasonic camera that we use for talking head interviews, a GoPro and also the drone as well. But even the camera that I've got sat on the gimbal that you can see at the moment is effectively 3 cameras in one because I have 3 different lenses, so I'll go around the factory 3 or 4 times with each lens and film everything again with different lenses to make sure that I've got all the footage I need. It's a cardinal sin to get back to the studio and find that we haven't got enough footage. So as you can see here, I'm having informal chats with Katrina, the lady Ellie who got us over there, and also the guys who work at the factory. Dude, what's your name, mate?
Callum, mate.
Callum, how many of them do you do in like an hour?
An hour, 55 an hour.
Please tell me you're a rugby union fan.
I'm not, no, actually.
When am I going to find one? I guess it's just my way of doing things, having a bit of a chat with people that isn't just about their job, because who wants to talk about that when someone turns up with a camera? They're often taken aback by the fact that you want to talk about something else, and it opens them up to maybe a few more pointed questions that you actually want to ask them later on in the mini little interview. Anyway, this video is for another day and also another channel, so if you want to watch that, it should be out in the next few weeks on my other YouTube channel, Plumber Parts. The next day we'd be filming the installation of that boiler in a house in Grimsby. But before we finished off and headed back down south, we grabbed a train past the kind of wasteland of Grimsby really, because it's suffering through the lack of fishing, over to the small seaside town and resort of Cleethorpes. It was a beautiful evening and I was definitely going to get myself some fish and chips. But before I did that, I thought it'd be a great chance with the waning evening light to get the drone up and get a few nice shots. Light, perfect. There seems to be a really good place to go and get fish and chips up there, but it doesn't look like we're gonna. Well, it's just a huge queue, isn't it? Did we do the wrong thing come to Cleethorpes? As you can see, there were loads of seagulls about and I was terrified that they'd come over and start attacking the drone, but they were more interested in stray chips down on the ground. Right guys, what a beautiful day it is today. I'm back at the studio, just getting a video prepared, a toilet video. Oh, it's so much fun. It's just riveting stuff what I do. So I'm just gonna make myself a brew. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the reason I'm down here today, I'm getting this video sorted out for this toilet thing that I'm doing next week. But anyway, let's get this sorted. Yeah. I love making videos that help people out and help them save a little bit of money, and the sole reason that I make videos on my other channel is to do this. But it does take a lot of effort, a lot of planning, and it is a lot of fun as well, don't get me wrong. But after all this work of building up and developing a video, this is kind of the end product. Hi guys, welcome to this plumberparts.co.uk video. My name is James. Today we're going to follow the 6 steps. We're going to take out a push button flush that's constantly leaking into the bowl and then putting a new one in. But that, guys, is another channel. Guys, it's literally another beautiful day in paradise, which is basically England this time of year. Gorgeous weather. This is what annoys me about having pets. They don't realise when the weather's good, especially if you're a tabby fat beast cat like Big G. That's the weather outside. I think you'll agree it's beautiful. And this is what George is doing. George, what is going on? As you can tell, I've just woken him up. But George, I've got news for you, bro. We're going outside. Yeah. Oh, yes. Come on, my boy. George, George, don't you fight it. Don't fight. And now, here we are outside in the beautiful garden. Get me, go. What was I talking about, G? Since I started getting Big G up when the weather was really nice outside, Georgia started sitting on my chest about 4 in the morning and also parading around the pillow as well. So he is definitely getting his own back. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I've got to say, it's absolutely beautiful right now. We're back home. We've got all the stuff that we bought for doing this pondy bit here. So look, it's got a long way to go. I have been waylaid a little bit by Camden Ales stuff. But it is very, very yummy indeed, so, you know, I like it. Right then, so the plan is to get, these 3 little beasts here, they're going to be like tiered, and they're going to replace what we've got just up here. So yeah, we're going to have them sort of going in there, because that's not very good at the moment, is it, Bums? I just can't think of anything more fun and rewarding than going out in the garden on a lovely hot day and improving the sort of little things that you want to do, especially when you know you're going to be planting a vast amount of drugs for your cat to get absolutely hammered on. Yeah, so we were getting on with this lovely little rockery bit, had a few goes at like putting the water down it, weren't very happy, and then we actually cleared everything out of the way and got ready to put the lovely blue slate in on top of the weed matting. The flamingos I bought for Emily for Christmas because I knew that she didn't like them, so I bought them for her as a joke. All this was going on under the watchful eye of Big G, and it was just lovely to have some great weather to go out in the garden, get it ready for the upcoming spring and summer, and make everything lovely. And this is how it looks at the end. Every time I go past it in the morning now, I'm like, ah, yeah, wicked. Also, already, I've seen blackbirds and that having little washes in those little pools as well, so it's definitely doing its job. Oh yeah, and for those of you who want to know, Big G does not care about birds. He just doesn't, he's just not bothered. I don't know why, it's weird. Guys, thanks very much for watching this week's vlog. I know it's been about 5 or 6 days late, but then again, we've got a nice 16-minute video for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoy it. Let's finish on a bit of a low for the cat. I don't want it. It's going to make him look like a knob. All the other cats are going to take the mickey out of him, Emily. Is this how you envisage your life being, George? You pleased with your new collar, mate? That's just beautiful, mate. It is absolutely beautiful.